Hi, everyone. We're on the final part of this pre-application, and that is the teaching contact hours. And so you'll have to enter contact hours for every faculty member that you have, and you will do this for the most recently completed academic year. So in the fall, that would be the previous academic year. If you're completing this in April, it would be for the current academic year. And this is really where the heavy lifting comes in on this pre-application. But again, remember that everything you enter in the pre-application will then be preloaded into the application. So some work now will save you some work later. So let's start with all of our faculty members. So we're going to enter, I'm going to enter myself. And let's just say that I am, what do I want to be today? I'll be a professor. My position type is permanent full-time. So here are those categories again. I have a PhD and my specialty area is physical. So I will move that over. And what courses am I teaching? So here is where you're going to find out what you've added back in the course section. So here you'll see it looks like a drop-down menu, but it's really a search. So if you start typing in chem, you'll start seeing all of the different options. So let's say I'm teaching general chemistry. I'm teaching it 50 minutes, 3 times per week. And when I do that, it will calculate the contact hours. It's basically 50 minutes times 3 divided by 60. So to get a contact hour there. All right, let's say I'm teaching 2 sections of it, so I can just copy it. And now I have my 2 sections for fall. And maybe I'm teaching a lab as well. So here's the place where if you forgot to put something in, you'll catch it because you won't see it in our drop-down menu. You won't see it here. You won't be able to search for it. All right, so let's say I'm also teaching organic, which would never, or let's say I'm teaching lab. Let's deal with lab because I would never teach organic. And let's say I teach for 170 minutes, 1 time per week. Okay, so again, it totally tallies up the contact hours and it uses the calculations that the reviewers use. So this keeps everybody from making different calculations. We realize that we're doing exact time here, but we are counting contact hours for lab the same way that we calculate them for lecture. So this has been a boring year and I've basically taught the same thing. 2 semesters. And let's say I just taught 3 sections of it in the spring. You can add and tally these up here. This part is going to be removed eventually from the form. So if you don't see it, don't worry. It's just because we deleted it. We can calculate that on the back end. So that's me, 1 faculty member. Let's add another faculty member. So let's add an organic chemist here. So we're going to add Dr. Meredith Gray. And let's see, she is definitely a full professor. She has a PhD and she is an organic chemist today. And she will be teaching Chem 231. And you can see how this works. I'm just going to do 2 of these. And let's say she's teaching lab in the spring. She has a teaching release. And now we have our 2 faculty members. All right, so we go to the next. Oh, I didn't pick out what kind of faculty position she has. So position type. So you notice that there's a asterisk there. So she's permanent full-time. And now I can kind of do a quick look to see that everything is here. Unfortunately, we can't sort these or anything right now, but these are things that are moving forward. So save and next. This is the last page of the pre-application. And what you'll see is a summary of everything that you added. So you'll see the numbers that you put in. You'll see all of the things that you entered. And as you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see this affirmation here. Affirmation. I confirm that the information given is true. You'll have to check that before you're able to submit. And then you click on submit, but you'll see that it didn't submit because if it submits, it will disappear. You won't see the application anymore. It will take you to the first errors that you're missing. So let's say I'm just putting myself down for everything here. So now I fixed that. X this out, go back to the end and try and submit again. So scrolling down, confirming that the information is true. And now it takes me to the next error that I made. Okay, so you'll see the red here saying that I did not put in my bachelor's degree. I did not type these in. Okay, and again, I go to the end, X that out. And so what this does is it won't let you submit until all of the required fields have been, data have been entered into all the required fields. So since I didn't really do much in this, it's taking me to each section. And as I go through, it helps me to correct any errors that I might have. And so you can go through this iteration. It does not show you every error the first time. It just shows you the first one it encounters before it crashes. So I have now submitted the form successfully. That tells you that I've entered everything that I need to enter. Now, whether you entered all of your actual data or not, you did complete every single one of the fields. If I come back to the house and I go to institution details and look under submission history, I see that I have submitted my pre-application and it tells you that there's a review in progress. Okay, so that pretty much is the entire form. If you have any questions, as you know, and as I've said multiple times, you can always contact us at cpt@acs.org and we can help you with any of the issues that you might be having with the form, that is. So thanks, and hopefully these tutorials have been helpful.